Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Super excited. Going to be visiting once again with Mindy Sterling. We talked to her a month ago, 2 months ago.
She is such a sweetheart.
She is. Now, for those of you who are going, Mindy Sterling, that name sounds familiar. How do I know that name? Well, she was in Austin Powers. She was Dr. Evil's wife. She's been in a ton of other things. She always plays a mean character. She's not. She is a sweetheart. Like almost all of her characters are mean, except for in the Goldbergs, she plays Linda Schwartz, and she's not a mean character there. She's a sweetheart. So I'm excited to chat one more time with Mindy Sterling for today's edition of Movie Star Monday. Now, let's take a look at our quote. Be faithful to that which exists within yourself. Andre Gide said that. Again, it says, be faithful to that which exists within yourself. It's our quote for today. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask. It is Monday, the 25th day of June. It's our daughter's birthday, by the way.
I know.
She's going to be 17 today. Holy cow. How did that happen? She's our baby. We need to figure out how many months that is. You know, she's only 248 months. That'll make me feel a little younger, maybe. No, probably not. It's also National Catfish Day. It is National Leon Day and National Strawberry Parfait Day. Wasn't there a song about that? She ate a strawberry
I don't believe
parfait.
so. Please don't sing.
No? Okay.
Wow.
So sorry. Right now, there's a lot of Prince fans shaking their fist at me. Strawberry Parfait Day, Catfish Day, Leon Day. Get out there and celebrate. I'm going to celebrate with a parfait.
John and Heidi.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-818-3967. 800-818-3967. That's 800-818-3967. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
John and Heidi.
Time now for Is It a Prison or Is It
I
a
like
Vineyard?
this one.
You know, I need to get some sound effects put together for this because I could hear like a jail door slamming
echo.
and then I think that would be pretty cool. So I'm going to work on that. Maybe. Heidi rolled her eyes when I even mentioned it, so maybe I won't work on that. Is it a prison, Heidi, or is it a vineyard? Walla Walla, Washington has a place. Charles Smith, and I can't say the next word or it'll give it away. Is it Charles Smith Correctional Facility, or is it something to do
I'm going
with...
to say it's a vineyard.
Charles Smith Wines, Walla Walla, Washington. You got it right. I'm making it pretty easy right now.
I don't know who would want a penitentiary named after them, so I think that one was a little easier.
No, I bet there are penitentiaries and prisons named after people.
Why would you want a prison named after
Maybe
you?
you were a model prisoner. And I run this place. I'm Charles Smith. This prison's named after me, so get out of my seat. I doubt it. Anyway, Charles Smith Wines, Walla Walla, Washington. On this edition of Is It a Prison or Is It a Vineyard?
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. 4 Union County, Kentucky residents have been accused of breaking into a woman's home, smoking marijuana, baking a cake, and stealing a pair of shoes. What a random bunch of stuff to do. They say a resident came home from work to find 19-year-old Jeremiah Garib, 20-year-old Xavier R. Elkins, and 2 juveniles running out of her home. Police say after looking around the house, she discovered that she'd interrupted a party of sorts with a cake, some ice cream, and some marijuana. Also, she said one of the people left a shirt and loafers behind, but had taken time to grab a pair of her son's shoes. They allegedly left the house and went to a local business and called, it's called Theramax. Anyway, that's where they hid some marijuana and packaged for sale in a trash can. The 2 were arrested and faced charges. So, all right. I'm still trying to figure out what that means. What does that mean? They hid some marijuana that had been packaged for sale. So they were putting it in a box, like trying to sell it? I don't understand that.
It was probably all in little individual baggies.
Oh, there you go.
Stuff all ready to go.
See, again, this is over my head. I don't do this stuff, so I don't get it. But that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen. Dr. Dre is working on a biopic. That's a biography picture, a movie about a person who's, for real. Marvin Gaye. Guess who's going to play Marvin Gaye?
Who?
Tom Hanks. Just kidding.
I was gonna say.
I'm just being silly. Tom Hanks is in every biopic. It doesn't say. It just says Dr. Dre is making it. It does not tell me in the story who it is that's going to play Marvin Gaye. I'm just being silly.
That would be awesome.
On The Bachelorette, Becca had her first one-on-one date last week with Garrett. So for those of you watching that, see, I didn't have to do a spoiler alert. I just waited till Monday to tell you because I figured if I told you that last week, I'd have somebody upset. Because I, gave out some info that you were waiting on. And then the little romance that people are following, Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live, they went apartment shopping and showed off their new matching tattoos on Instagram. They both got H2GKMO tattooed on their hand. You know what that stands for?
I have no idea.
Acronym stands for Honest to God Knocked Me Out. H2GKMO. They had that tattooed on their hands. So there you go. It's an interesting. I wonder if they could get license plates that say that now. Yeah, you think? Maybe?
I don't know.
This has been Big Screen, Little Screen.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now, your scoop of the day on this Monday. Australian police are looking for a man who stole some human toes from a dead bodies exhibit. Let's pause for a second. Australia, why do you have a dead bodies exhibit? What in the world? And why would somebody steal the toes?
To that?
I don't know.
Actually, you know what? I probably would go.
Would you really?
I probably would.
I just
if
don't
we
think
were
I
there
would.
and there was one, I'd be like, I kind of want to go check it out.
I'm going to go over here and pet a kangaroo. You go do that.
Well, I'd pet the kangaroo, too.
No, don't you remember the story where they were just saying, don't pet the kangaroos? You don't remember this?
You can
No, you can't.
The wildlife refugee places where
Okay.
they let you hold them, because our daughter held one.
If it's a tame kangaroo, yes,
Yeah.
but not. You don't just wander around Australia looking for kangaroos to
No,
pet.
and you don't go into a dead body museum and steal toes.
No, you
There's
do not.
rules.
I think
there's society
he left
rules.
a note that said this little piggy went to market. If that means, no, he didn't really. Another terrible joke by John. Sorry. Not even a courtesy laugh from Heidi. Thank you.
I laughed.
Oh, yeah. You laughed at the fact that you didn't laugh is what you laughed at. A study by Chase Credit Cards. No, I'm sorry, by... Who is it by? Oh, creditcards.com. Where did I say Chase? Where did that come from? Anyway, they found that millennials tip less than any other generation. So, sadly, most of the people that you're tipping are millennials. You know, a lot of the people who are on the other end of that tip transaction.
Yeah, you think they understand that you should tip
so I don't understand that.
But I think, sadly, the reason for that is a lot of this generation feels as though they're entitled to whatever service is being given to them, so they really don't feel like they owe much for it.
I think that's really sad. Anyway, I've got a link to that story in our show notes if you want to read all about it. Georgia police are looking for a group of thieves who rappelled through the ceiling of a Best Buy and stole a bunch of Apple electronics, $100,000 worth of Apple electronics. So
that's what, 2
Would
phones?
you just stop? No, it was a lot of stuff. I think it's amazing that they rappelled through
2
a
phones
ceiling.
and a screen protector.
Would you stop it? $100,000 worth of Apple electronics. So here's the thing. Can't you buy a security system at Best Buy? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you think they would have installed one? Pretty sure they're going to now. The nation's doctors are reporting that married people have a much better chance of avoiding heart disease and strokes in their old age. And all the time I was thinking I was going to be the one to drive you to have a heart attack. So chances are you have a less chance of a heart attack, Heidi, because you're married to me. It doesn't say anything about me in the study, but just the fact that you're married. Oprah Winfrey's in the news.
I don't think they know you, so.
No. Who, the doctors?
Yeah.
Never been to see
I think
one.
that would change the numbers a bit.
Probably. Now, we just had a story about Apple, kind of, sort of, about all their stuff getting stolen from a Best Buy. They're in the news again, this time with Oprah Winfrey. Oprah signed a deal, a multi-year partnership deal with Apple to create programs that will release as part of Apple's original content lineup. So they're working on creating their own content, and they said, hey, let's have Oprah do that.
Yeah, that's super.
Because she's a content creator.
Once
And
again,
she's-
reaffirming the fact that I don't own any Apple
Would
products
you just stop
at
it?
all.
Oprah is now, by the way, one of the 500 richest people in the world with a net worth of $4 billion. So
But
there you
she's
go.
one of the regular people.
Well,
she gets us.
Would you just stop? Now she can afford for everybody to have. You get 2 cars. You get 2
Yeah.
cars. You get, nothing. Nothing for Heidi, because Heidi's mean.
I don't
Speaking
like
of cars, would you just stop it? I have given you like 6 chances to just not say something and not offend people, and you won't take the hint. We get it. We get it. Now, stop. Speaking of cars, West Wing actress Mary McCormick, got any hateful things to say about her?
I don't know who she
Okay,
is.
thank you. She
Let
said
me
that
look her up. Give me a
Tesla,
minute.
she's Googling this lady. I'm not fond of her either. Her Tesla burst into flames when she was driving in Los Angeles last week. So she's just driving down the road and her car starts on
That's why you
fire.
don't drive electric cars.
Well, I knew you'd find something, Heidi. We're going to take a break here, and I'm going to talk to Heidi about how to behave on the radio. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Do you have ideas for t-shirt designs, but you don't have a clue how to print them? Or maybe you'd like to have t-shirts and coffee mugs available to buy online with your business logo printed on them. There's a website that makes it easy. We set ours up in about 10 minutes. There's no sign-up fee, no minimum orders, no monthly fees. It's just a really easy way to put some cool items online for sale, and you get paid every time somebody buys them. You don't have to print or ship anything. Just sign up, upload your designs, and then let people know where they can get your cool stuff. More details available at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
It's another Movie Star Monday as we have a chance right now to catch up with Mindy Sterling. You may know Mindy Sterling from Austin Powers. You may know Mindy Sterling from the Goldbergs. She's Linda Schwartz on the Goldbergs. We love that character. But she's known for many, many other wonderful roles as well. So when you're out in the public, Mindy, are there other roles that people recognize you as and they know you for characters that you've played?
Oh, all the time. There's Austin Powers, there's iCarley, there's Ant Farm. Those are like more for kids. But there's, a lot of people will recognize me and maybe not quite put the name with my face. So I give them my name. They look up my name on the internet, and then you can find a list of things that perhaps you can identify me with. So I think everybody will have something that they know me from.
Well, and if you need that, I'll throw a link to the IMDb page, because when you go on there, you'll see things you go like, oh, I forgot she was in that. Oh, and she was in that too.
Yes.
I've been scrolling through this, and so many major programs that you've been a part of, and so many awesome projects you've had a chance to be a part of. I remember on Desperate Housewives when I was it's been a couple years back since we've seen that, but we used to see you on there.
Yep. Oh, yes. I played Mitzi. She was an annoying neighbor.
And then one of my favorite characters for Mindy Sterling, and it's because it's probably my favorite TV show that I've seen in a long time, is I love the Goldbergs, and I love you on there as Linda Schwartz. And I think that's really cool.
Oh, my God. So fun. It is so fun to be with that group of actors, and we got to play like the real women in Beverly's life. So they actually, an episode, they all came out and appeared on an episode that we were all in. So that was very exciting.
Now, how much are you like the character? Are you anything at all like that character in real life, or is that completely different than you?
It's kind of different. Yeah, she's a little different. She's, and then of course there's a little bit of me in it. I think we all have to put a little bit of ourselves in it. So she's a little, kind of cautious and, she's the older one of the group, so she has a little more experience, and but it's really great fun to do.
Is there a different character that you have had a chance to play that you would say is the closest to who you are as a real person?
Oh my gosh, no. I mean, I can't think of anyone where I can say, "Oh my God, that's me." I think again, there's a little bit of pieces of me in all of my characters. Even the more severe, characters with kids that I was nasty to, or, I played a teacher or a school principal that would get, that was mean to all the kids. The fun side of me is who I am, but the mean part of me is not who I am.
And you get to be the mean person in several of the different things, don't you? So is that kind of your type? But that's not really you at all, I can tell just from talking to you.
Not at all. It is so not me, but I love to play them.
Well, I think that would be kind of fun to get to be the meanie on a program, and especially when you're not that in real life.
Yeah, I think that we all that's what's so fun about acting is we get to pretend.
Now, are there some fun projects you're working on right now, something that would be an exciting thing that we should be looking for in the next year or so?
Well, I mean, you never know where things are going to go. I'm going to do a little short film this week, and I've got some, things in the fire that I'm working on with a friend, would be our project. So, and then things pop up all the time. I do travel a little bit and do a lot of Comic-Cons where I sign autographs. So,
nice.
And if anybody wants to follow me on Twitter, I'm Ms. Mindy Sterling.
Well, we're going to put a link to that in our show notes to make it really easy for people to find you. Again, thank you so much, Mindy, for taking the time to visit with us today.
Oh, thank you so much for doing that.
Thank
and
you.
Lovely to talk to you.
Yeah, it was nice to visit with you as well. Again, Mindy Sterling is our guest for today's edition of Movie Star Monday. And I've got a link to some information if you want to follow her on social media. We'll put all of that in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner, you should consider using radio. Radio is a powerful tool. Over 90% of us listen to the radio each week. Imagine if this ad was talking about your business, helping you hit your goals. We can help. We can also create a fun jingle, too, to get people singing your song. When you put words to music, they're 9 times more memorable, and that makes radio work even better. Learn more at RadioReallyWorks.com. Radio jingles to help you get better results with the money you're already spending. RadioReallyWorks.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
35% of the people who use personal ads for dating are already married. 35%?
That's disgusting.
That's 1 out of 3, and then a little more than that even. 1 out of 3 people who are using personal ads for dating are already married. That's not good. Don't do that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In Tokyo, you can buy a toupee for your dog. I'm just trying to figure out what that would look like exactly.
I bet that would look awesome. We should get some for our dogs.
Why? Our dogs don't need a toupee.
No dogs need a toupee.
No.
But it would be funny.
Our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A dime has 118 ridges around the edges. So if you've ever wondered, I'll save you the time counting. 118. There's your fun facts for this Monday. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, your grandiloquent word of the day for this Monday. It's dastardly. I've heard this word before. What does dastardly mean, Heidi? Dastardly. D-A-S-T-A-R-D-L-Y. Dastardly. Dastardly.
It is not good. I would like to say what I think it means, but I don't think you'll let me say it on the
Very
radio.
mean and tricky, dastardly. Characterized by underhandedness or treachery, dastardly. Used in a sentence. The budget cuts amounted to nothing less than a dastardly attack on senior citizens, veterans, and the children of poor families. Dastardly. Now, I remember the dastardly... Was it the Dastardly Duo? That's not right. Dastardly... somebody that did Dastardly Deeds. It was a cartoon thing.
I don't know.
Pretty sad when most of my references have to do with Saturday morning cartoons. Gonna just move on. Today's grandiloquent word, dastardly.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
John and Heidi.
Now, some weird news on a Monday. An Ohio man who ran from a traffic stop then found himself clinging by his hands to a window ledge has been literally caught by police waiting below. He's 21. Darion Mitchell jumped out of a car and then fled on foot. This happened last Sunday afternoon. Officers responded to a report of multiple gunshots having been fired. They say they chased Mitchell into a home, and while hanging by his hands from a window ledge, he tried to pull himself back inside when he saw the officers below. Instead, he lost his grip and fell, and the officers caught him, literally caught him. He was arrested after a brief struggle. He's been charged with a felony, fleeing, and eluding. Court records don't indicate if he has an attorney or not. So he literally fell out of a window into the long arms of the law, Heidi.
All righty.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't know what he was running for. A traffic stop, and he just took off running?
Well, he was probably wanted for something else.
Must
too,
be. Doesn't say that in the story,
He got awfully
though.
nervous then.
Why wouldn't you put that in the story? We've got more fun stuff to get to, but this has been some weird news on a Monday.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh. Providence, Rhode Island. We head there right now for a story about a man who tried to steal a red light camera. And then he told the officers, I have the right to steal this red light device because it's paid for by my taxpayer dollars.
So it's technically mine.
A 57-year-old man, you'd think he'd be smart enough at that age. Andrew Baker, age 57, was taking apart a red light camera pole along with its wiring when they responded to a call about the suspicious person last Sunday. Police say Baker told officers he was entitled to the camera. Authorities say another man approached officers with a shopping cart that had a red light camera in it. That man told police Baker and another individual had pushed the equipment away from the area before leaving. Baker was arrested and charged with larceny. So he already had the camera down. He was trying to take the pole as well. So do you think he got a ticket from this red light camera? That's why he was taking it down? Or
I
just
don't
thought,
know.
I want a camera. I need a red light camera at home.
He probably shouldn't like it sitting there because he was afraid he would get tickets.
I'm not sure. Interesting. I remember getting a ticket from a red light camera once. Like my first day in a new town. I moved to a different town, and I got up to this light, and I took a red light, or took a right turn,
I remember
and I saw a
that.
flash. I was like, what was that? And then like a week later, I get a ticket. I was like, oh, apparently
That's
you
what that
can't
was.
turn there. Now I know. This has been today's Moment of Duh.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
John and Heidi.
Now, fake news or Florida? As I block my screen so Heidi can't peep her little peepers onto my page and get any sort of advantage. Do you think you're going to get them right today, or do you think you're going to get them wrong for fake news or Florida?
I think I will probably do 50-50. How many are we doing?
We're going to do two.
Okay.
All right. Tell me if this is fake news or if this is something that really happened in the great state of Florida. A man told police he chose to wreck a liquor store because a hookah-smoking caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland told him to do it. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
It's a true story. What in the world was going on here? I don't quite understand. I've got a link to the story if you want to read it. Let's see if we can squeeze in one more here. Fake news or Florida? A Miami 10-year-old stole an ambulance to drive to a store to buy a new video game. Fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
Fake news. Heidi, you did get them both right. You did better than you thought you'd do. You got them both right. Hey, knuckles on that deal.
All right.
Boom. We've got some good news to get to as well. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is just an adorable story. The good news comes your way courtesy of Odiva. It's a monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All the details at radiosavings.com. A Reddit user. Are you on Reddit? Are you a Reddit user? I'm not sure that I don't think I am either, but for those of you who are on there, you probably know what this is all about. It's just it's a site where you can post things. Anyway, this young lady shared a heartwarming collage of her husband and her daughter holding hands since 2014. She says they had no idea that she's been taking these photos, and she hopes to one day turn them into a video collage at her daughter's 18th birthday or maybe on her wedding. The kid's not old enough to get married right now, but she's been doing this for the last 4 years, and I'm going to show Heidi. I had my screen still covered here. I'm going to turn this so you can see. So here you can see the father holding, they're walking, and the mother was following behind, and it's just dad holding his daughter's hand. And then you see in the next photo, she's a little older, and the next photo, she's a little older, and a little older, and a little older.
How sweet is that?
And for the last 4 years, you see this little girl growing up. You have no idea what she looks like because all you see in the beginning here, very short hair, now down here, long hair, and it's daddy and daughter, hand in hand, most of them holding hands, sometimes just walking next to each other. Here's one where dad has his arm around her. But it's adorable.
That's very cute.
What a neat idea. And I thought, when I first saw this, I was like, man, think about the patience it would take. And she kind of let the cat out of the bag, I think, by letting us know she's doing this. Because now they know,
that
too.
Won't be a surprise for her daughter. I think it would have been cool for that to have been a surprise.
You know, but could you have waited 18 years? Could you say, well, I'm not going to let anybody know I'm doing this until her 18th birthday, and then boom, look what I've been doing for the last 18 years. You guys always ask me why I'm tailing behind you. Well, that's why, because I was snapping photos of you.
Well, I mean, you could be snapping photos without telling them what you're going to do with the photos. They could see the photos. You could let them know, hey, I've got these photos, but then keep them all saved in one place so it's easy to make a video. I think it's just adorable. I've got a link to the story, and it could even inspire people to do this kind of thing. I'm going to start snapping a photo of Heidi every day before I wake you up. I'm going to get a picture of you sleeping every morning, and then I'm going to make a calendar. No, you're not.
I'm going to make a 365-day calendar. It's going to be called 365 Days of Heidi. Or I'll take a photo at the moment that I wake you up. I'll get the camera ready, then I'll nudge you, and I'll snap the picture right as you're waking up. I would not recommend that for the safety of my spouse. How many days in a row you think I could do this? You couldn't. She wakes up and doesn't even open her eyes, just points a gun at me. Bad plan. Ditching this calendar idea. Time to say goodbye, Heidi. Goodbye, Heidi. Goodbye, everybody. I've got a link to the good news and all the other fun stuff we talk about in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com.